cars. Nope. Ambulance. God damn, I just got done walking around with my shirt off. I'm not gonna work out today, man. It's too hot. I should have did that in the morning. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up and work out before the sun come up or before it get hot. It's called beating the heat. I want to talk about women's nature, man. You know, women can't hide their true nature, bro. No matter how hard they try, you know, no matter how hard they fake it. You feel what I'm saying? They can't hide their true nature, man. I mean, look at Tyrese, man. He was married to that girl for 2 years, man. And I thought, wow, she could not fake her true nature. She was not attracted to him. You know what I'm saying? And right now, I'm seeing a lot of like interest in these females' eyes, man. You know, I'm walking around with my shirt off. They breaking their neck just so they can look out the window. You see, that's the shit I'm talking about, bro. Women can't hide their true nature. They gonna look. They gonna look. You feel what I'm saying? You know, they see a dude with a gym body and shit like that, they gonna look, bro. It's in their genes, bro. What's up with it? Jamie in the house? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They can't help it, bro. They can't help what they're attracted to, bro. You're walking around, it's about 90 degrees out here. You're walking around with your shirt off. Like Tarzan or He-Man. You feel what I'm saying? And they can't help but to look, you know what I'm saying? They can't help but to look. You know, a lot of these females, they can't hide their true nature, man. You know, like a lot of these guys, what am I saying? A lot of these celebrities, you know, that are sub 5, you know, they get married to a woman that's above their looks level. You know, and you notice a lot of these like marriages don't last very long. 2 years max, 3 years max, until she has the baby. And then she says sayonara. That means she couldn't fake her funk anymore, man. She couldn't stand the thought of kissing you, or she couldn't stand the thought of giving you a blowjob. She just couldn't stand you at all. You feel what I'm saying? And it won't be long before she show her true nature, man. Won't be long before she show her fucking her true nature. It's like, I'm not attracted to you like that. I'm just here for the money. I don't care about you. They can fake it for only, you know, a few years, and then once they get that baby, they gone. It happened to Tyrese, bro. It happened to Russell Simmons when he was married to Kimora Lee. He was only married to her like 4 or 5 years, man. And she caught cheating and got a divorce, but she was waiting for him to cheat though, so she could skedaddle out of there, man. She wasn't attracted to Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons was sub 5, man. You feel what I'm saying? And the women I have dealt with in my past, you know, I could tell when they really attracted to me. Because when you're hitting it, the white stuff come out of their coochie. You know what I'm saying? They can't help that. They can't fake that, bro. The white stuff come out of their coochie when you're hitting it. And you guys who get coochie every now and then or get coochie on the regular, you know what I'm talking about. The milky, ilky stuff. They can't hide that. They can't hide it. That means she's really turned on. If you've been with a female for a while, she's above your looks level, and you've been hitting it, and you ain't seen no white stuff come out the coochie, she ain't into you, bruh. She thinking about that money. You feel what I'm saying? Let's say I got with a woman that was about my money and not about me. I'm gonna go cool off in the shade for a little bit. Sit down. I was gonna work out, but I'm too baked. I'm too tired. I know for a fact, if I've been hitting it and I look down there and I don't see no white stuff coming out, or even worse, she gets dry down there and you need lubricant because the chemistry is not good. Feel what I'm saying? Then that's a red flag that, hey, this woman is not here for me. Do not marry this broad. Do not have children with her. She's just a gold digger. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, they might be able to fake it in the bedroom for a year or two, but after a while, she gonna miss being with Chad and Tyrone. She gonna miss being with a guy that she's really attracted to, and not just for his money. Feel what I'm saying? Just like Cassie. Cassie wasn't really attracted to P. Diddy, man. You think P. Diddy was on Cassie's level, looks-wise? Hell no. The person she with right now, the guy, the Chad guy, she's attracted to him. He's Chad, bro. And women are always going to be attracted to Chad and Tyrone. You feel what I'm saying? Look in the mirror. Do I look good? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh man, I got cuts. Bruh, I got cuts. Oh my God, I'm shredded. I got this fasting, bro. Let me see something. I don't know if you guys can't see that reflection too far away. Let me see if I can zoom in up on it. I'm shredded. You guys can't see that. You can't see that. Maybe another reflection somewhere else. I'm shredded. Holy cow. And I got somewhat of a six-pack. Man. Fasting is the shit, nigga. But like I said, man, oh my God. Oh my God, bro. No wonder they were staring at me, man, when I was walking by. I just had a bunch of women just breaking their necks trying to look out the window. You see my chest and my six-pack, or my somewhat of a six-pack. It ain't fully there yet. I said I can do 2 more weeks of fasting and I'll have a full-fledged six-pack. Thanks, fasting. I love you, man. See, they can't help the look, man. Nigga got shreds. They gonna look. Yeah, I'm shredded, bro. I didn't think I looked that good. I haven't looked in the mirror that much lately. I just been doing the work. Working out like at least 4 times a week. All of a sudden I'm shredded. And then a whole entire week of fasting. You see, I've been fasting for like a week now. And I done lost some weight. You feel what I'm saying? You guys wonder why, or wonder how I lost weight so fast. It's that fasting, bro. No eating until like 2 p.m. And if I do eat something, it'll probably be like a coffee drink or something. feel what I'm saying? They can't resist the six-pack and chest and stuff, bro. They can't resist that. It's in their nature to seek it out. That's why I play into it. I get all that stuff, you know. I give them what they want. A six-pack abs, a chest, some arms, and a full bank account. You feel what I'm saying? I play into female nature. So, okay, you like that stuff? All right, I got it all for you, baby. I got it all for you. I got the six-pack. I got the Porsche. I got the condo that I just brought. It's all here for you. You feel what I'm saying? That's what you got to do, bro. You got to, play into their nature, bro. Get stuff that they cannot resist. You know, like money. They'll show their true nature when it comes to money. You feel what I'm saying? So you lose weight and they'll react a certain way, bro. You feel what I'm saying? All of a sudden, you become more important when you get shredded. You feel what I'm saying? Just 7 pounds of fat and they acting different now. Minus 7 pounds of fat, and now I ain't gonna be drinking. They really gonna react then. You know, they really gonna react then. Oh, he ain't drinking no more. His face look different. You know. Now we seeking him now. We checking him out now. You know. Somehow he just look different all of a sudden, you know? Yeah, they can't hide their true nature, man. You feel me? You know, so like, man, it's hot as hell out right now, you know? What the hell? You feel what I'm saying? So, damn, get up under the shade, man. This fucking, you know, cool off, bro. It's crazy hot. It's about 90, bro. So you gotta understand, like, bro, it's all about playing into their nature, man. You wanna attract more women in your life? Play into their nature, and they can't help but to react. You feel what I'm saying? You know, they can't help but to react out here in these streets. It's just 7 pounds heavier. Oh, got the lower eyes. You know, the eyes all lowered to the ground. You feel what I'm saying? And now it's like, okay, he lost 7 pounds. Now he look like a different person. Now we checking for him. Now we acting different. You know, they, like I said, man, they can't hide their fucking true nature. If you want to see a woman's true nature, you have to, like, show her something. You know, show her some money. You know, show her a flashy car. Show her a house that you bought with your own money. You feel what I'm saying? And guarantee, bro, even if she got a boyfriend, she gonna leave him for you. You know, I'm not saying all females will do that, but most of them will. Because you got the most money and you're the best. You're the best deal. Like Cassie left Ryan Leslie for Diddy. You know, Cassie was, that was Ryan Leslie's girlfriend, man. And then Diddy came along and just said, snatch, hey man, it's bye now. You know, he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? He didn't care about that being Ryan Leslie's girlfriend or nothing. He just said, "Man, I'm taking this." You know. But Ryan Leslie brought her around. He did. That was his big mistake. I mean, of course, he wanted to sign her. That's the reason why he brought her around. But you should have known that the bigger chicken was gonna, you know, the bigger rooster was gonna win the fight. The bigger and stronger rooster. You should have saw that coming a mile away. Ryan Leslie didn't like that, man. How Cassie like left, you know, left for Diddy because he could do more for my career. That was a bullshit lie because when you left when you left Ryan Leslie, your career didn't go nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? Your career went down the drain when you got with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You only came out with 2 hits while you was with Ryan Leslie. You and Ryan Leslie was actually doing some work. Diddy just wanted to play around with Cassie. He was the one to toy with her. You know what I'm saying? You know? You feel what I'm saying? So her true nature came out. Her true nature came out when she got around the bigger rooster, bro. The bigger and stronger rooster. You know? Ryan Leslie to me, bro, was like an average producer. Even though he did like make or help make Cassie successful, right? He helped make Cassie successful, and you know what I'm saying? But to me, he was an average producer when he was by himself. When he tried to come out with a solo album, to me, it was just average stuff, man. It wasn't nothing special about Diamond Girl. You feel what I'm saying? It was a good. I'm not getting me wrong. It sounded good, man, but it wasn't like the thong song that went like worldwide with Cisco. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ryan Leslie, he got his small little fan base. You know what I'm saying? That would show up to, you know, if you threw an event or whatever and he sold tickets. I don't know if he would sell out the whole entire goddamn stadium, but he got his own little fan base that'll show up and pay money to see him. You feel what I'm saying? He does have a little fan base, but he's not as big as Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You bring your girl around, you know, the biggest, strongest rooster, the biggest, strongest rooster is gonna fucking steal your woman. Remember what Usher said? Don't bring your girl around me, true player for real. That's my nigga for real. You know what I'm saying? That's a real statement right there, though. Don't bring your girl around me, true player for real. Ask my nigga for real. And Cassie was real beautiful, man. She was like an 8 or a 9 in looks. I'm pretty sure when Diddy first saw her, he was drooling. In the back of his mind, he was like, oh shit. This nigga done brought Cassie around me? Oh man, I'm about to steal this shit. He knew all along he was gonna steal her away from Ryan Leslie, bro. You see what I'm saying? So now look at him. He in the courtroom because of a woman that he stole from one of his in-house producers. Ryan Leslie was an in-house producer. He worked up under Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Diddy was the most talented one when it came to picking, like, when it came to picking, or he was the most talented when it came to choices. He made better decisions. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why he's a millionaire or a billionaire now. Well, he was a billionaire, but now he's a millionaire now. Because in this case, he is now a millionaire. He's only worth $400,000 now. You feel what I'm saying? But my main point is, like, a woman's true nature will always show in the end, bro. They can't hide it. She was there Cassie was there just to get her career started. She didn't care who or what she had to do to get her career started. That's what she was about. And when Diddy took her in, he was like, man, fuck your career, I'll take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why he dogged her, man, because I guess when the female's leaning on you for everything, you feel like you got a right to dog her. When he was with J-Lo, J-Lo had her own money, her own connections in the music industry, so he couldn't really do that shit to her. You know what I'm saying? Because J-Lo, she wasn't as rich as him, but she had her own thing going. She was more popular than Cassie. She was more talented than Cassie. Cassie wasn't talented, bro. You feel what I'm saying? She was all looks, and that's like they call it looks privilege. How she became and being part of that lifestyle is because of the way she looked, bro. If she looked like an average woman out here working at Starbucks, she wouldn't have never got her foot in the door, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because she was a 8 or a 9 in looks, she was able to get in. And yeah, she was around an 8 or a 9 to me. She wasn't a 7. If she was a 7, she would never got her foot in the door. Nowadays, when females, if they want to get the bag from like rich men, they got to be an 8, 9, or a 10 in looks. Period. Ain't no average woman getting a bag from a rich dude. You feel what I'm saying? She don't look good enough. The rich man, he'll pick out all her fucking goddamn flaws. Oh, she too fat. Oh, she got a double chin. Her booty too big. Something's gonna be wrong with a rich guy. But with Cassie, the only thing that I would like to complain about is that she didn't have a big enough butt. She didn't have big enough breasts. Everything was real small and petite with her. She was like, what, 5'6"? She wasn't that short. You feel what I'm saying? So she led with her looks. Her looks is what got her into the music industry, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, it's harder on average people, period, man. We don't get privileges like that. Looks is everything to me, man. Looks and money. If you ain't got a lot of one of them, you ain't gonna win about life, bro. You gotta either have a lot of looks, which be an 8, 9, or a 10 in looks, or you gotta be, you gotta have a lot of money. One of the two. You gotta have one of those two things. You can't do a whole lot of average out here. Average money, average looks. You're pretty much gonna die broke, or you're gonna die average. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta keep pushing for more than just average. You gotta keep striving for more than just average. It can't be just average. You feel what I'm saying? It can't be just mostly average out here. You gotta push for more average. You feel what I'm saying? Because life gonna be hell for you, man, if you don't like get the bag, man. And once you get that bag, watch. You'll see how women act towards you. They'll show their fucking true nature towards you, bro. Watch when you get the bag, you're gonna have beautiful women stepping to you. That's why some of the guys are saying, well, that guy, Travis Hunter. Oh, it's the right thing for him to get married and stuff like that, man. Yeah, right now it's probably the right thing, but maybe what about like a year or two now when the sex died down and they're married and he got a whole lot of temptation in front of him. Women that show their true nature when he's around. A lot of them, like women, they see like Travis Hunter as a target. They show their true nature toward guys like these. Like when Travis Hunter shows up to an event and there's a bunch of beautiful women around, they're gonna run over there and be like, hi, how you doing? Hey, I remember you. What's your name? Oh, Travis Hunter. I remember. Yeah, yeah. How's marriage? How's marriage? They're gonna run over there, and they're gonna make passes at them. Oh, I just want to be your friend. Give me your number. But then what are you gonna do then? When I keep tapping it over and over again, you feel what I'm saying? He might say no the first like 300 times, but once he get to that 301 time, he won't say yes, cause that bitch is bad. Maybe I can keep this down, keep this on the down low. You know, before it knows, she gonna find out he been acting strange lately. You know, you feel what I'm saying? You know, you know, like he gonna find out real quick that it's not gonna be easy to be married, bro. You gotta have a lot of patience for marriage. When you're in your early 20s, you ain't supposed to be getting married. You still trying to figure out what you do like and what you don't like. And the only way you can figure out what you do like and what you don't like is through experiences. Like me, I'll never be in a relationship with a woman that has a flat butt ever again. I'm talking about a relationship. I ain't talking about just hitting and quitting. I'm talking about in a relationship or even getting married overseas or whatever. She gotta have a big booty for me to be with her. She gotta have some cheeks back there. That's my true nature. You know what I'm saying? You know, but let them come around. You know, Travis Hunter. You know, and he's in the same room, and they're gonna shoot their shot. They don't care he married. They don't care about that. He got a lot of money. Feel what I'm saying? He might think it's a good idea, but us OGs, we done seen this fucking story time and time again, over and over again. You know? We done seen this play out how many times with Young Jeezy, okay? We knew that shit was gonna last, bro. I knew that it wasn't gonna last. Because she was gonna show her true self when they got married, bro. That's another thing, man. You get married to a woman, all of a sudden she shows her true self, how she really is. You hear what I'm saying? Attitude swings, mood swings, fussing, arguing with you all the time, trying to find fault in everything that you do. You feel what I'm saying? So no, women's true nature is to find the best suitable mate for themselves. That's their true nature, bro. So when they see a guy that's shredded like me, I ain't 100% shredded, but I'm over halfway there. I say I'm about at least 80% there. 20 more percent and I'll be shredded. You see a guy like me shredded walking down the street, they're gonna look, man. And I like that attention, man. Shit, I thrive off the attention. It's better than not being looked at. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? So, like, look, bro. Women's true nature is embedded in them, bro. It's stitched in, bro. It's sold in, like somebody sold it in, or somebody programmed them to be that way, bro. It's their fucking nature to seek the best mate. Like Sub 5 Stalker, it wasn't her nature to try to get me. It was in her nature to seek out my genes that was better than hers, okay? And that's why she was upset and she stalked me for 4 months because she couldn't get access to these genes, man. You feel what I'm saying? She couldn't get access to these genes, and that's why she was upset, throwing coffee on my car every single day because I didn't want to have nothing to do with her sexually anymore. She turned me off and she pissed me off, man, by her actions, bro. Some dude was like, man, you should have got with her, bro. That should have been your girlfriend. I'm like, I don't be with a woman like that, man. Some dudes, they can't understand why I was like pushing Sub 5 Stalker away from me. and basically trying to run from her. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get away from her and shit. Hell, I done had dreams of me running away from Sub 5 stalker, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Remember I told you about the dream where I ran into like an abandoned building or some shit like that? Or, I mean, I remember it was an apartment building or something like that. And I took the stairs, I took the elevator all the way upstairs onto the second floor, and I started running down that hallway, which took me a long time to get down it. And then at the end of the hallway, Sub 5 Stalker was sitting down on the ground, and she turned and looked at me, and she started to get up, and I started running back toward the elevator, trying to get away from her, bro, because she's not on my looks level. I don't want to procreate with her. I just want to have fun with her, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I've always been like that, though. Even when I was younger, I used to always just have sex with just women that was below me in looks. I used to just have sex with them and toss them to the side, man. You know, or I just kept it behind closed doors. I didn't let nobody see, man. You know, so I don't want nobody to see me fucking a female that's below me in looks, or a female that was 20 years older than me. You know, I'm 24, she 44. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be seen with that. I got a reputation to protect. You feel what I'm saying? Because at the time I was in Capoeira, and I was part of the small little dance community and stuff at the Alice Art Center in Oakland. I can't let nobody see me walking around like that. Then they'll tease you like, Kale got a fucking grandma. You got a girlfriend. And I'll be like, hell no, that's not my girlfriend, bro. I tried hard to keep that from happening. That's why I kept it behind closed doors. Because she had that one thing I like, which is the big booty. Feel what I'm saying? The big butt. But her face was hideous. And she's 20 years older than me. Feel what I'm saying? You know? For real. That's how you do that shit, bro. You know? You gotta know what female nature is all about, bro. You gotta know what you gotta study. And you youngsters, see, you don't know yet. You know, that's why you get married in your early 20s and shit. You know, you get married in your 20s for what, bro? You got all that money. That's because you don't know female nature. You don't know female nature, bro. You don't know what turns them on and what turns them off. When you've been around long enough, you study women, how they are, then you can adapt and get with the program real quickly. See, when you're young, you're trying to figure out female nature and what they all about. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of you guys, when you're young, you be chasing women broke. Going to bars and clubs, just being a server or just mopping floors or working at McDonald's, and you're still chasing women all throughout your 20s, and you're broke, and you're doing that because you don't really know what women like. So what you do is you think it's okay to chase. But man, you are chasing broke. You're gonna have a hard time maintaining relationships and being in relationships. You're not gonna be able to be in a long-term relationship being broke and not having your shit together. You feel what I'm saying? So once you get older, you figure that out. You thinking like, God damn, I gotta get my shit together. So that way, when I enter another relationship in the future, I can maintain that relationship and keep the relationship going. And that's why, like I said, it's like what I'm saying about Diddy and Cassie. Cassie stayed with Diddy for 10 years. Why? Because his shit was together. He had his shit together. You feel what I'm saying? Nowadays, if a motherfucker ain't got his shit together, man, he gonna have a hard time maintaining a relationship, or even, you know, a relationship lasting 10 years. If your shit ain't together nowadays, bro, that relationship will be short-lived. You feel what I'm saying? And they'll talk about you bad, man. Women, if you ain't got your shit together, what they call you? Dusty, broke. Talk about you like a dog, man. You feel what I'm saying? So when we talk to a man who got shit together, they can't call him dusty and broke, because he not. He got his money together. You know? Like my ex-girlfriend, she talked about me on the Slender when we were together for about 12 years. You know, her true nature came out during the relationship. You know, her true nature of what she really wanted in life. She wanted a guy that got his shit together. But most of the time, I was a security guard when we was living together, man. And she worked in fashion, bro. She was more successful than me, bro. You know what I'm saying? She was a designer and shit, working for the big corporations of Old Navy. The stuff that you saw on the shit, that was her, man. In the store, the stuff that you see with Old Navy, motherfuckers walking around with Old Navy, or you see the shit in the store, the clothes in the store, the designs and stuff, that's her. I think she was in charge of the boy section or something like that. Yeah, it was the boy section. The men's section, okay? She was the top, one of the top motherfuckers that was, she'll look at it and then she'll decide, and she'll go to the other top people and be like, okay, does this fly? Okay. They'll be like, yes, okay, well, it flies. Put it on the market for sale. Good. I had stuff that she gave me, bro. I had stuff that she gave me that was designed only by her. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, back to what I was saying, man, women can't hide their true nature, bro. They can't. They'll try, but not for very long, man. Before that real shit kick in, you know, I remember I went to a strip club while I was in LA. And I went there for only I had like a few $100 in my pocket to blow or whatever. And I could tell the difference between the strippers who didn't like me and the ones that did like me. You know, you can just tell, right? In LA, the strip clubs are way better than San Francisco. San Francisco strip clubs, them bitches are stuck up. Some of them won't even deal with you because you're black or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I could tell the difference between the one that did like me and the one that didn't like me. And I could tell when they approached me, they had this fake ass smile on their face. You know, they just was there to try to get my bread. And you can still look at them, that they're above your looks level and stuff. But then you see a female that's average looking up in there, and she'll walk over to you, and you can tell that she was really interested in you, and take you on and give you a lap dance. You see what I'm saying? You know, and do all the extra stuff that the other females that didn't like you do. You feel what I'm saying? So whatever, man. That's just the way it is, man. They can't fake it for too long. You know, the true nature will always come out in the end, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Diddy found that out the hard way. When Cassie got pregnant and was you could tell she went after Diddy when she got pregnant. Okay, she was probably already pregnant already, because she just had a baby just now. You feel what I'm saying? And when her pockets were thin and his was fat, she went after Diddy. She exposed a lot of shit that brought his fucking goddamn shit to his knees, man. You feel what I'm saying? That destroyed his fucking empire. She just ran off at the mouth because she wasn't getting paid. See, that was her nature showing. That was her true nature. She couldn't be with Diddy no more, but she just wanted that fucking money from his ass. That was it. You know, and he was like, nah, you with Chad now. And she was like, no, you better give me that money or I'm gonna go to the tabloids and tell people what you did. And he in the situation because of Cassie, bro. Her and her big mouth, bro. Snitching. You feel what I'm saying? And it don't matter, you know, if she got slapped around or beat up by Diddy, it's still snitching. Still snitching. She let her true nature kick in, bro. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, I gotta go. You guys have a good day, man. You know, I'll see y'all on the next one, man. It's already 40 minutes. You guys have a good day. I'm out, man. Peace.